Paddington and how we basically got started and how the project evolved. I think, Vodafone had a strategy of developing a end-to-end sort of workspace management solution, incorporating occupancy, desk bookings and the rest of it into one platform. And after learning about our capability, through our engagements with Vodafone, arrived at a conclusion that we could help them with the solution, and they approached us basically with a mandate to integrate those subsystems and create this this interactive connected system.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so we embarked on that journey, which they had been attempting for quite a while. Within a period of a month, when we're able to integrate all of the systems and we're able to deliver that solution. But yeah, Riaz, what was from your perspective? What were some of the highlights and challenges that we faced in that deployment?
Vodafone basically came to us and said, we're converting our entire workspace to something that needs to be digital, right? We have all of these systems. We have our desk systems, meeting room booking systems, all of them generating a whole lot of data for us, but none of this data talks to each other. Yeah. And that's where they asked IoT to help them to get all of these systems up onto a single platform, generate the connectivity between all of these devices to create an intelligent workspace that is reactive basically to a changing environment. And the way in which we did this was we looked at every single system that they had out there, ranging from their desk booking system through to their meeting room booking systems, their occupancy systems, and we started to say, okay, right, how can the occupancy system basically link back to the air conditioning system or the HVAC system and allow them to control their building basically remotely or reactively.
With the success we've been able to achieve in that project itself specifically, it's opened the door for us to have a lot more conversations and to expand the solution throughout Vodafone's portfolio. So Riaz, you would be aware that we are now embarking on a journey where we're moving beyond one floor, beyond one site, and really expanding across multiple nationalities or countries to deploy the solution.
Basically, Vodafone wants us to look at everything that we've implemented in Paddington as part of their digital solution and bring this back to all of their other offices across the entire network, right? They want us to create this property management platform that sort of provides insights to key role players within the organization, ranging from your building owners, your facilities managers, right through to your employees. Everybody can actually have a chance to feel what IoT can do for your business and how IoT can benefit you in your day-to-day life.
And I think that's what we find across many clients, where we start off with one use case, it starts off small, but then they see endless possibilities and endless opportunities to plug new things in and to expand the solution. So I think it's going to keep growing and growing, as they think of new use cases. Yeah, sure. Even out of the building space, it might spill over into other opportunities that they have within their portfolio. And so I think it's a great springboard for us going forward. Riaz, we designed the screens together. We built a lot of the components and built the structure of it. What we've showed them is a few different things. We're able to give them what we call a reception view of the building that shows how many people are on each floor in terms of real-time occupancy, how many desks are available on those floors for people to book.
And that basically allows users, once they enter that building, to quickly understand where they want to go, which floor they want to go to, how busy is the floor, are there any desks available on that floor, and they can quickly make those decisions as soon as they enter the building. Right?
And I think beyond that, what we've done is also given them an overview. We really wanted to drive user centricity or user experience within the building, over and above giving generally facilities managers insight of what's going on. So I think the thing like the overview of the floor, which is what we've also developed, which gives users the ability to find a certain area on the floor if they were not familiar with the building, allows them to see what the different parameters are on that floor, so environmental conditions for comfort and for health. And then I know you were very instrumental in the desk, the desk screen and building how that looked.
Yeah, basically that is basically it's a live desk booking system, right? So what users can do is they can use their app and they can book a desk in real time. But as a longer term use case, what that allows us to do is first of all understand what our desk utilization looks like throughout our building, whether we need to expand our office spaces in specific environments. What it also allows facilities and building managers to do is, especially now during the pandemic, they can actually track and trace who has been at a particular desk at a particular time, block out specific desks to make sure that users don't use specific desks. So it basically allows them to enforce their social distancing regulations within their building.
And I think the same thing spills over to the meeting room, part of the solution that we did, where we brought in the existing meeting room booking system. We overlaid occupancy data with that. And now what they're able to do in real time is users can find rooms very easy that are available, but also from an optimization perspective. The building owners can see which rooms are utilized, which are fit for purpose in terms of size and have the right amenities. And really going forward, I think we've done the front end in terms of the live data well, but we've also done the historical analytics part of it well, where we're giving them, a view of utilization of those facilities so they can make space planning decisions going forward.
What we also do over there is we rank out all of the meeting rooms throughout the facility, right? So we can see why specific meeting rooms are being utilized more than other meeting rooms, and we can bring those changes across to ensure that there's unified distribution basically across all of your entire.
And I think the solution goes beyond that, right? I mean, there's also the people monitoring view which we've developed, which is a view that shows you the movement of people in that space in real time.
Yeah.
That's quite a revolutionary thing, and it uses a completely anonymous system that's non-camera based, which is really cool. And I think in Europe there's a big demand for that. But what the view shows you is a 3D map, which is something that we haven't seen much in the market, of people or of data moving through the system in real time. So you can actually, on a 3D model of the Paddington site, see people's movement. And the idea is, once we expand to other properties, to have entire campuses or different locations within cities also being displayed live in 3D.
And as a future use case with the property management platform, what you want to be able to do is zoom down into a particular building or zoom out from a particular building across your entire floor. Look at that live satellite view, click on that building, and drill down right into that specific floor to see the number of people on that floor, see how people are moving across that floor. And because we're getting all of this data in, we can do a whole lot of other things with the data in from an analytics perspective. So we look at live heat mapping across the floor to look at which locations or which zones across the floor are most utilized. We also and because we're getting data of every person that's walking on the floor and their live locations, we can also enforce social distancing regulations.
What I found was quite interesting with the occupancy data and the reporting is that what we saw quite clearly was that the utilization of the building in terms of occupancy on a Friday was almost half of that on every other day of the week. And I mean, those kinds of insights become really powerful to the property owners or the renters, because they can then make decisions like closing down floors on a Friday and saving on lighting and heating and cooling and all the rest of it. So those insights are really, really powerful. I mean, there's two other aspects which I want to touch on. I mean, we touched on in this project an aspect that we find that's quite core in industry now, and it's a whole drive towards sustainability and creating awareness of energy consumption. And one of the views that we developed, shows consumption at a floor level.
We wanted to allow specific users, normal employees when they're in the kitchens, when they're in the canteens, to understand what impact they're actually having on energy consumption within the building. So how can we drive and change their behavior in real time? So we wanted to use IoT to basically change their behavior to achieve Vodafone sustainability targets across the entire building portfolio. Basically what that allows us to do is, because we basically create a comparison across the entire portfolio, all of the floors within the building and how each of these electrical systems react to people within the environments. And we can start to track all of that to make sure that, if we're doing something right in this building or this floor, how do we take that change across to the other floors?
Absolutely, and I think that's the pivotal thing here, right? Whatever we do for one client is easy for us to copy and paste, across the spectrum. It becomes a learning opportunity, and really what we're doing here for Vodacom and for Vodafone is something that will allow us to deliver value very rapidly for other clients. So I think, we've touched on a lot of the main aspects of it. It is a very exciting solution, and I certainly see huge potential for us to roll it out across property portfolios throughout the world.